r/IDontWorkHereLady, Episode 6. It's fun to be bilingual. I had been reading many of the IDWAHL posts and it caused me to think about what I would do if I were the victim, but I really never expected it would actually happen. But it did, and luckily, I was prepared. Backstory: I am a 69-year-old U.S. Army retiree who had served much of his career in Germany and speak German almost as well as I speak English. Due to good genes, I look about 10 years younger than I really am. In the small tourist community that I live in, there are a lot of senior citizens like myself who live here year-round, and many have part-time jobs at our local stores. So it isn't unusual to find an older person working in one of the stores. During the summer, we get a lot of tourists with more than a few Karens and Kevins. So, I am at the local supermarket yesterday shopping in the soup aisle, and a nice vertically challenged, short woman about my age was trying as hard as she could to get an item off of the top shelf. I said, "Here, let me help," and reached up and got it for her. She thanked me. I said, "No problem," and she walked off toward the checkout. I then proceeded to look at the various cans of soup, trying to decide which ones I would get. Then I heard it, the sound I had heard about, as of yet, never personally experienced. "Excuse me." I turned around and there she was, a stereotypical Karen, and based on how she was dressed, a summer tourist, memories of the many Karen stories I had read flashed through my brain, and the silly idea I had when reading them clicked in. Me, Entschuldigen, German for "excuse me." Karen, where are the some product? Quote, me, Entschuldigen, ich kann Englisch nicht verstehen. German for "excuse me, I do not understand English." She looked at me like she wanted to kill me. Karen, what's wrong with you? This is America, speak English. Quote, me, was this last MITZ? Was this sen problem? Quote, German for what is wrong with you? What is your problem? Quote, she turned and angrily stomped away. I finished my shopping and went to the self-checkout. She was in line at one of the registers with a clerk. I paid the machine for my things and bagged them, and as I walked by the lane she was in, I said to her in a loud voice and in clear New England accented English, "Have a nice day, lady," and left the store. Being bilingual can be fun. What makes you think I work here? So this is a quick little vent, not a big old story with a Karen assaulting me and such. As background, I work as a landscaper and drive a big water truck to different places and water the newly installed plants. But you would really be shocked how many times people ask me what time a business in watering opens. Always asking, what time do you guys open? What part of jeans, a orange dirty long sleeve, boots, and a reflective vest makes people think I work at the bank in watering. Do bankers normally water their own plants? It's happened about 15 times in the last month or two. Not just at banks, but also at Targets. No idea if this belongs here, but thought you would enjoy my annoyance. Every time having to put on a smile and explain that I don't work for the places I water. I'm not a member of the rail staff or a taxi. I'm back with another tale from the retail crypt. I used to work at a coffee shop kiosk at a train station in the UK, and I had countless occasions when I had passengers asking me for advice about their rail travel. I would help where I could, but more often than not, I would direct them to the station staff who were actually responsible with dealing with these sorts of inquiries, since it wasn't my job. Also, the information office was literally 10 feet away from the kiosk and was clearly posted with the large sign and everything. But, as you're probably aware, people seem to lack the ability to see and understand signs. I have lost count how many times clueless people would wander past the exit multiple times, even though the exit was clearly marked. Anyway, most of these other stories are fairly unremarkable, but then one evening, one man took stupid to a whole new level. It was late evening and I had about an hour left on my shift, and I had been there for 10 hours by this point, and I was due back the following morning at 5 a.m., so I was looking forward to being done for the evening. Since it's a small kiosk, there would often only be one employee on shift. Anyway, this passenger approaches, and this is the conversation that followed. This was several years ago, so it isn't verbatim. Just going off my best recollection of the encounter. Passenger P: hello. Could you tell me where I need to go to get the train to York? Me: I know you'll need to be on the other side on platform 2, since platform 1 only has London-bound trains, and there should be screens with train departures and staff over there who can help you. I don't know exactly which train you'll need or what time it leaves. Sorry. P: okay, thanks. I fell asleep on the train and missed my connection. Me: that sucks. Sorry to hear it. P: I know, right? Can I get a latte? Me: sure. The guy then goes to the fridge to get a sandwich, and I began making his drink, and I think it's all good. Just another guy who I've helped as best I can, and a customer that I can serve and make the evening a little less dull, since it was usually dead the hour before closing. As he's in the sandwich fridge, a train pulls into platform 2. The guy looks up at the train and then to me. P: is that the train to York? Me: I don't think so. It says Hull on the side, so that's where I think it's headed. P: okay, as he hands me his sandwich to heat. So do you know when the next train to York is? Me: I'm afraid not. You'll have to speak with the station staff. P: why can't you help me? Me: because I work for a coffee shop. I haven't memorized the train schedule. Sorry. P: are you sure you can't help me? I should have arrived by now, and I really don't want to have to wait for a couple more hours. Me: sorry, I don't know. Like I said, the station staff can help you out. By this point the guy has paid and he has his latte, but his sandwich is being heated, so we've entered the awkward few minutes of waiting while it heats. We had an old panini grill, and it would easily take 4 to 5 minutes before it would be ready. Nothing much happened for a couple of minutes when he speaks again. P: how did you get here? Me: I drove. P: would you give me a lift? At this point I should mention that where I live and work it's easily a 2-hour drive one way, and I was not, under any circumstances, going to drive for 4 hours. Especially when I had to get up at 4 a.m. the next morning. Me: no. P: why not? He was genuinely shocked that I said no to him. Me: because I'm not a taxi service. I'm a barista. If you can't wait for your train, there are taxis outside that can take you. P: why can't you do it? Me: because I'm a barista and I have to go to bed 9 if I want to get a decent amount of sleep tonight. P: I still don't see why you can't. It was at this moment that the timer went off, and I said, "1 moment," to the guy while I put his panini into a cardboard sleeve and handed it over to him with some napkins. This seemed to snap the guy out of his stupor, and he just thanks me and wanders off to platform 2. Sorry, it's not a satisfying ending, but it mystified me how he couldn't understand what I was telling him, and that I wouldn't drive him to York. I figured I'd follow his example, and the next time I went to Starbucks I'd ask for a mocha and a ride to London. That's the job of a barista, right? If you made it this far, thanks for reading. Edit 1, this is just to clarify since I didn't mention it in the post. I live 10 minutes away from where I worked at the time by car. York, where the guy wanted me to give him a lift, was a 4-hour round trip from where I lived. So 2 hours each way. Sorry for the confusion. Edit 2, thank you to everyone who read my post and commented. How does this keep happening? Okay, so I like to shop for shoes from a certain shoe store. It's called Shoe Show. Some may know it, and some may not. Good store. When I go to other stores, they don't have my size. So I go to this store because they have cute shoes in my size. Now, this incident just happened this morning. Since the pandemic came in, I, like a lot of other people, have ordered my stuff online. I ordered my shoes about 2 weeks ago, so they were a little late getting here, and I understand that. With Rona going around, unfortunately, when I got my shoes, they was the wrong size. I called the store and they said that I can in fact bring the shoes to the store to exchange them. I didn't necessarily need to return them through the mail. Okay, cool, no hassle. Load them in the car and take them to the store before my doctor appointment, which I am currently sitting in the waiting room, typing this out, waiting to be seen. So when I get to the store, the lady looks at the receipt and see that on the paper, it has my size, but they accidentally gave me 2 sizes too small. Common mistake. I can either get my money back, or I can look for the same shoe there in my size, or just get another shoe for the same price. I chose the second and 3 option. Side note, every shoe show has different uniforms, but they do in fact have uniforms. The store I was at, they wear black shirts with name tags, khaki pants and regular tennis shoes. Since I had an appointment, I didn't feel like dressing up. I wore a black shirt with Jasmine from Aladdin on it, black bell bottoms that were cut up a little, and some flip-flops. I'm a BBW, so I love black. Looks good on us plus-size women. And since I'm in public, I wore my Evolution face mask and gloves. I go to the women's section and look for the signs with my size. Found it and began looking. Couldn't find the shoe I bought. Y'all know I'm hurt, right? But I found a better shoe. Now, I did mention in a previous dose that I'm a bit of a tomboy, but today I wanted to show my girly side. Plus the shoes I bought were heels. So when I found a better heel, and the price was cheaper, baby, I snatched them shoes so fast, it took the paint off my toes. Facts about shoe show. When you want to try a heel, they give you a stocking booty for your foot. I tried my heel, and Lord was I in love. Ladies, you ever find a heel you love, and suddenly you thinking of outfits to wear with it and a hairstyle? Yes Lord, that was me. In my mind, you couldn't tell me shit. I was feeling myself. Suddenly, that feeling goes away when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn my head around and it's this lady with her daughter, 14 to 16 years of age. So I asked, can I help you? And she goes on about how nobody is at the front desk and she needs help. Another fact about shoe show. They have a bell to ring on the desk when a person is ready for checkout or just needs help. So I tell you her, Mom, there's a bell on the front desk. Just ring the bell and I'm sure someone will come help you. What in the beep did I say that for? She got pissed. So you're not gonna help me? You're just gonna keep being lazy and put your grimy feet in the shoes? Get off your fat butt and help me. My daughter and I have a wedding to attend and we need shoes for it. My daughter is in the wedding. And I mean, said it like that was a huge accomplishment and her daughter deserved an award for it. Come to find out, she was only a host and not directly in the wedding. Person face palming, medium dark skin tone, rolling on the floor laughing. So, when it finally dawned on me that she thought I worked there, first thing that came to my mind was, why does this shit keep happening? Like, is this prank Danielle Day and I missed the damn memo? I look at her and tell her I don't work there. I'm there to exchange shoes. The bell is on the damn desk. Ring it. Now she's yelling, I will have your job if you don't help me. I'm a valued customer here. You will help me. I demand service. Blah 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 bullshit. Now, I'm just over this shit. I have a doctor appointment to get to and all I want is to exchange my shoes. I don't have time for it. So I tell you her to do whatever the beep share want. IDC, I have shit to do. Staff finally came out because of all the commotion. Ask me what happened and she rants and screams and yells and holler. Staff looked at her and cuts her off. Mom, I'm not being mean, but I didn't ask you. I asked her. I will get to you after she's done. Oh yeah, I'm about to have my way with this. I politely say, clears throat, the wicked witch of the East here needs help. I told her I didn't work here and that y'all had a bell on the desk to ring for help. And I guess her IQ was too low to read the sign and went for the first person she saw and assume they worked here. She claimed she was a valued customer. Turns to look at her, that title does nothing in this kind of shoe store, dumbass. Can somebody please help her, and can I please go to checkout so I can exchange my shoe? Quote, this woman literally got madder and said, did she really just call me the Wicked Witch of the East? You fire her right now. Raw, raw, raw. So I snapped back, oh trust honey, I could have called you a gorilla-looking horse with the smell of fish fart and muse ankle because you called me a fat. Hell, I could have even beat your ass for that comment. But I don't have time to deal with you. Whole time, her daughter just looks mortified because of how her mama is acting. The staff looked at the lady and said, she definitely doesn't work here. You can tell by what she's wearing. We have black shirts and khaki pants. She's wearing all black with flip-flops. Plus her shirt has a Disney princess on her shirt. If you needed help, you could have easily rang the bell and I or the other staff members would have helped you. Please calm down and leave this customer alone. Finally, somebody to get through to her. Or so I thought, just because this wench didn't admit she was wrong. She rants more saying, well, she doesn't need to wear black in this store. It confuses people. Baby. The icing on the cake. The daughter finally speaks. Mom, I'm wearing black in the store. Look. She turns to look at the daughter and she had on a black shirt with tight khaki pants hugging her curves. Her jacket was hiding the shirt. Okay, so y'all know I fell out laughing. That shit took me TF out. I mean, I cracked up all the way to the desk to check out and onto the car. I literally couldn't start the car because of how hard I was laughing. After 10 minutes of constantly cackling, I finally started the car and drove off. My ribs, stomach, sides and head still hurts from all that laughing. Sorry if the story was too long, but I had to share. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Reddit content.